Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have day 22 of this celebration and my February bullet journal setup. So let's jump right in. So I am working in my same Hemlock and Oak journal that I will be working in hopefully all year. I think it's going to last. And I'm going to bring in some Craft O'Clock paper. This is Savor the Moment. I'm going to use the 8x8s and the cut aparts from this collection. I have been asked in the past where people can buy this paper. I'm so sorry, I don't know. The company is, I believe, in Poland, and I could be incorrect on that. And my local store actually brings it in because they're able to from their the people that they buy from wholesale. So I don't know if you can get it locally in your own place. If you have a local crafty shop that's run, like a small business, go and ask them if you're interested in Craft O'Clock paper. Maybe their wholesaler also brings it in, and that's something you can look at bringing home, because I love Craft O'Clock paper. It is by far one of my favorite paper collections on the market, and I use it a lot because I love it so much. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go and ask. It can't hurt. I will have the website linked and listed down below, but I don't think that they sell that way. So but you know what? You could use literally any pattern paper you want to for this. I'm using stuff I have in my collection, and I felt like this paper just really fit the vibe of February for me. I know it's red and green, which is kind of funny because I generally don't enjoy red and green together. However, it feels very elegant and romantic. So it doesn't read Christmas to me at all. I know you'll have to tell me your thoughts, but when I saw this paper, at no point was I thinking, red and green, this is obviously Christmas paper. I read it to be just very romantic, very elegant, and I loved the look. So that is what I'm going to bust out for this whole bullet journal spread. And I'm starting with my calendar just because I like my cover page. I say that in quotations because I guess it is the cover page for February. I like to kind of start with a breakdown of the month. I don't write much in this calendar. It's more so I can see the days of the week than anything else, because my schedule is very weeks, like days of the week based. So, like every Monday I do a new video, every Thursday I do a new video. Some Thursdays are live streams, So because I'm now primarily working for myself, I don't follow a really good scheduled week. So it's easier for me at a glance to be able to look at the month's layout and be like, okay, I know I need X amount of videos made to hit my Mondays and Thursdays. What do I want to do for extra stuff? That kind of thing. And I'm also, fingers crossed, if everything works out really well, I'm hoping to open my shop and have all my new sticker sheets and stuff available in it I'm saying this month. It's still January when I'm recording it. In February. That is my hope. I will kind of, lay that out a little more as we get into February, because it's going to be a lot of work. But that gives me that opportunity. If I can get ahead on videos for February, then I have a lot more time and energy to put into the shop stuff. So if you're, waiting for those stickers, I'm hoping they're going to be out in February. That is my hope. And you'll see some new ones that I've just worked on in this video as well, actually. So all of the stickers used in this video are from my own collection. They're going to be my essentials collection. That's what I'm calling them. Because I feel like they're like essential for bullet journaling mostly, but anybody who does any kind of organizational stuff, you could use them in art journaling if you wanted to very easily. I like them for pen pal letters as well. So, there's loads of things you could do with these. You'll see them here in a minute. We have to do the cover page first, but I'm incredibly proud and incredibly excited to share them with you guys. So hopefully that's, exciting to you as well. If you're looking forward to my sticker collection, let me know in your comment, because I have to admit it has been a lot of work, and I'm just hoping that it resonates with somebody other than me. Out of fairness, this collection especially is very much based on what I need to work with because of my bullet journaling. I really wanted to be able to make stickers that match the papers that I was using or matched a certain color theme, that kind of thing. And then if I'm going to design these stickers, because it's not a simple process, like especially the ones that I use in this video, I have to source a font, have permission to use that font for resale, and then I have to create all the stickers, then I have to source the material, then I have to cut them, then I come up with a color palette, like it is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I really enjoy it, but there is a lot of work going in there. So, at that point I might as well sell them as well because all that work's gone in and I love them. So I'm hoping somebody else enjoys them as well. We'll see. We're not quite at the shop open yet, but we're going to get there. So far I have pulled out 2 pieces of the 8x8 paper out of that Savor the Moment, as I said. And this is I'm using I think I only use 2 sheets in this whole setup. And it's funny because their paper collection, I buy the mixed bundle. So they bring out, every time they bring out a collection, they bring out the A side and the B side, and then they do a backgrounds version. So I buy the collection that gives you both in one pack. And so I get, 2 sets of each paper. And it's funny because the one that you see me using predominantly on this spread, which is not the red one kind of going in the portrait there, but the one's going across the spread, that is actually the back of the cover of the pattern paper. So they even have beautiful pattern papers on the back of the cover of the whole bundle so that you can use that as well. And I just fell in love with this. I love the subtle stripe in the background of these flowers. There's a little bit of text. It's just stunning. And I think that Valentine's Day is a perfect day to bring in some flowers. So obviously you guys know if you celebrate Valentine's Day is in February. So that's kind of what ended up choosing this theme. I hadn't intended to go with a romantic theme necessarily, but when I saw this paper, I couldn't resist using it. And if I am trying to use more of my pattern paper in 2025. I have a really bad time of just buying beautiful paper and then hoarding it. But the thing about my bullet journal, thankfully, is that it's 110% for me. So I'm not, making something to give away. I'm not, so that kind of gives me that freedom to just be excited and use my paper however I want to, because I get to stare at it. And then I get to stare at it again later. When this journal is completely done, I can still bust it out and stare at the beauty that is this pattern paper and any other pattern paper I've used. But yeah, so that's kind of, I feel a little excited to use my pattern papers in my bullet journal because it's 100% for me. So, and if bullet journaling is not your thing and you're still watching this video just because you're a wonderful person and you like supporting me, thank you so much. I cannot express how much I appreciate that. Sometimes I get comments that are like, I'm not going to watch your videos anymore because you made a journaling video. And I'm kind of like fair. It's your time. You need to decide what you want to do with it. I'm never going to begrudge anybody who wants to not watch my channel. But then I have people who are like, I'm not going to create a bullet journal, but I like you and I'm going to support you. So, I'm hanging out. And I just love that so much because I'm the same. There are creators that I follow that it doesn't matter what they're making. I want to see it. Like Vicky Papineau is one of the big ones for me. Tim Holtz is another. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They can talk about nothing. And I just want to hang out because I'm just so excited to see what they're up to. So I greatly appreciate you guys. So if you popped by, you don't bullet journal or anything, but you just want to check it out, leave me a flower emoji in your comments so that I know that you're just someone who's here just supporting my channel because you're wonderful. And so that I can, say thank you. I say thank you to every comment everybody leaves all the time. But I just, it just shows me who's here because they appreciate me, not just because they're here to learn necessarily. So I greatly appreciate you guys. And there is a live stream this week. So this video goes up on the 22nd. Today I'm a couple of days early because I've just gotten back from Mexico. So this is actually my first project since I got home from my Mexico trip. And you're going to see me stumble here in a minute. It's okay. I fix it. I'm not concerned, but I did make a mistake and we'll fix it. But, yeah. So this is my first one since I got home, and the cats are going to pop in a ton because they really missed me. And so you're going to see them walk across the project several times just because they can ultimately. But I was so excited to make this, but because of that, I was a little lost. I haven't created in, a week, 9 days, I think we were gone. And don't ask me why I thought it was a great idea to do daily videos while I had the intention of being in Mexico, for like 10 of them. So I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it would be fun to celebrate with you guys. Oh, sorry. My point of bringing up the fact that today's the 22nd is tomorrow is a live stream. The 23rd of February or January. Oh boy, you guys. See, I'm a little lost. I haven't done this in a little while, so I'm like confused as what the heck I'm talking about. But yeah, the 22nd of 23rd of January, because today's the 22nd. The 23rd of January is a live stream. So hopefully you guys will come by, talk to me. I'm going to tell you all about my trip to Mexico, talk about some exciting stuff that's going on. You know, we just talk about whatever we talk about. Live stream's always a lot of fun. Everybody's super supportive, super kind. They just visit. I'm going to work on my diamond art painting just because it is a very nice and relaxing project for me to work on. And I need that because I came home, still needed to record 5 videos. I got it all done before we left, except those last 5, but I still have a bunch to edit. So I'm still, you know, like running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. So if you want to come and hang out with me while I do something very relaxing, please do. I would love to have you. It is at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully that kind of helps for the time zone. And it is Thursday the 23rd. So come on in and hang out if you want to. And then here you can see these are some of my stickers. So I did the days there, like the 1st to the 28th, because it's February, so only 28 days. And that's in my green ombre set because my days of the week have ombre because I love them. And then I have another set here. These are the mini days of the week. So these ones are just in black. They're also in solid color. But these just happen to be the ones I chose to use because I really wanted some black on the page. I thought it really popped with those stickers. So of course this just gives me the days of the week. And then I'm also going to use February, which comes from a different sticker sheet. That's the mini months. And it has of course all the months on it and a few different variations. And I thought that I was going to stick it up in the top left corner. I changed my mind and I decided to kind of have it clustered with the beautiful lady and butterflies down on the bottom right hand side instead. And then you see here, I just kind of had to shuffle around my little sparkles. I'm in love with these sparkle stickers so much that I actually went and made tiny sheets of just sparkles. So I have the large sheets that are like the days of the week and whatnot. They're just big sheets. And then I have the mini sheets, which are, you know, the big sheets like cut into 4. And then I have the tiny sheets with which are like 8. And I am so in love with I cannot wait to share these with you guys so much. And then here I decided that I loved the geometric layout of my 2025 layout. So if you saw my 2025 video when I set this journal up completely, this is what I did for all of the layouts kind of that had, you know, like my 25 new things in 2025 and my books and my pen pals, all of those pages. This is the like graphic design I did around them. And I loved it so much that I thought that it would be fun to bring it back into February. There's no rhyme or reason for this other than I think it's pretty. That's the only rhyme or reason. And I had a lot of fun drawing them out. I like graphic stuff. I like geometric shapes. I just enjoy how they look. So I thought this was kind of a fun way to do my meals and tasks and content, because that's what I put on these pages. So the left-hand side is my meals for the month. I like to write them out. This is just kind of a thing I came up with, I think in like middle of last year when I was doing my bullet journal. This was a spread that I came up with because I call it meal planning. It's not really because we're not on a diet or anything. It's just I plan out the meals because it's easier for grocery shopping than anything else. So I like to I write all the days of the month and then I sit down and I'll figure out, you know, what dinners are good. And then I go and do I do one grocery shop a week with the groceries for those meals. So I just find that easier. And then I actually have a master list. I'm calling it my master list because I think that's a good idea. I have a list in the beginning of the journal of all our favorite meals. So if I'm struggling to come up with an idea for a meal we want to try or, you know, whatnot, I can flip back to that list and just have a look at, you know, what maybe we haven't eaten something in a while and I've forgotten about it. So it's on that list. And then I can try new things too. I recently found a recipe. Excuse my head there. So sorry. You're going to see my head pop in and out a bunch of times while doing this just because of how the lines are, especially when we go to do the little curved section. And then this is where Ember decided she had to come and make sure that she appreciated my geometric shapes and if they were acceptable or not. So I had to shut the camera off and we had a little cuddle, and then I started back up with the second version or the second set of lines for this. I like to do them in 2 different weights. So I did the first set in a 03 Copic Multiliner, and then the second set of lines here is going to be an 08, just so I get a different thickness. It just gives you a different variation of the lines, and I like how that looks. Again, you don't have to do any of this. You could just, section them off in boxes. I've done that too. No right or wrong here. This is just because it's kind of fun. But so for my meals, I'm going to put like 1 to 28, and then I can easily go and just figure out what we need for that. But I did just recently find a recipe for I think it's like a garlic chicken and pasta, and it sounded really good. So then I'll go and cook that meal. Like I'll put it into our weekly structure, and then I'll go cook it. And if we really enjoy it, like it turned out really great and we want to have it again, it goes on to my master list. And then, when I'm struggling to come up with ideas of what to cook for dinner, I can bust out that master list and pick from it and add it to the weekly meals. So that's just kind of something I like to do. And then of course the other two, as I said, were content and tasks. I had just gotten home at this point. This was like the next day. We flew home, and then the next day. So you're going to see the cats pop in a lot. They are very, very, I don't want to say needy because that makes it sound bad. Like they're just very attentive when we've been gone. And so they just really needed some attention, which is totally fair. So they pop in and out of this video a lot. And then here you're going to see Ember walk across as well. It's really hard to work with both of them on the desk. So I just shut off the camera and we had some cuddles, and I finished these circles so that my face didn't keep popping in and out of the way. There's got to be an easier way to do this, but honestly, I haven't figured it out yet, because using a like washi tape to do my circles is kind of a pain in the bum. And here's where I'm going to mess up. So I didn't realize I really wanted to use this green pen, and it's pretty much dead. That is why I can't get nice lines out of it. That's why it's super patchy, why it's not good. And I wanted to use it so bad. But it died completely there. So then I grabbed Opal because I didn't have any other light greens. So I'm like, okay, well, a lot of the color palette for this, is like red and green. There's some cream involved, that kind of stuff. So I thought this would be a fun color to just add for the lines, because sadly I couldn't do green like I wanted to. And you're not going to see me change it in this video, because I went back like a day or two later and changed it because I hated it. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. You could totally use the journal like this. There's nothing wrong with, your pen dying and making mistakes. I'm saying mistakes in quotations because it's not really a mistake. But I just didn't want to stare at it. And because of how I'm going to do my weeklies, I felt like it was more beneficial to just use those pages and cover it up than to leave it like this. And I even tried to go over them to kind of give them like a blend of colors so they weren't quite as green, maybe a little bit creamier. But it didn't matter. I didn't like it either direction. So I'm going to leave it for now. But I did go and change this like later. It was like 2 days later I went and used the cutouts that I'm going to do in the weeklies and just went over top of it and fixed it. So you can absolutely leave it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I had the ability to fix it, so I chose to. And then here's another one of my sticker sheets. I cut this one out in a color that I thought kind of matched the red. It's a different tone of red, but I thought that it was still kind of like a warm romantic red. So touching on the pink side, because you guys know as a general rule, I'm not a huge fan of red. But I thought it was really pretty. So that's what I'm going to use for my titles. So of course I did meals, content, and tasks. And then in my weeklies this month, I didn't actually leave room for tasks. I'm going to have this front one as kind of like my master tasks list for the month. And then I'm going to break it down week to week instead. I just felt like that was a little bit of an easier way to use the space because of how I wanted the weeklies to look. And of course, as I said, you guys, I love these sparkles. They're like my favorite thing on these sheets. You'll see like I'll have sheets that are just missing all the sparkles, which is why I had to go and make just sparkle sheets, because I needed to be able to just have sheets that have sparkles on them. You're not going to see them in this video because I was using the ones on the sheets that I used, but I couldn't resist making specific sparkle sheets. You'll see them in the future, I'm sure, because I love them so much. So then I go and date it 1 to 28 on the left-hand side. Excuse me. And then this is when I realized that I actually have some room at the bottom I can decorate. So we're going to add a touch of decoration. I generally, my layouts are a lot, I try for both. I want a balance. I want some beautiful decoration, but fully functional, because the purpose of it for me is to be functional but be aesthetic. So it's kind of a hit or miss. So sometimes my pages don't have much for decoration on them because I need the writing space. But if I find that there's an area where I don't need the writing space, I'm going to add decoration because, you know, these papers are stunning. This little glittery washi tape that I have no idea where it came from is stunning. These butterflies are stunning. Like, I want to add all the shimmery things. So I do. Because I can. Because this is for me. So I can add whatever the heck I want, right? So I did, of course, have to add some sparkles because, again, you can never have enough sparkles, in my opinion. So I busted out some more sparkles to add around the butterfly. And then we're finally going to jump into the weeklies. And you're going to see here what I mean by having the excess paper to kind of go and fix that part of the meals that I didn't like. Because I decided to cut the top of the page for all the I do all of my weeklies the same. I know a lot of creators don't. They'll do, you know, completely different weeklies. I personally like it to be cohesive. Because I'm so busy with other things, I don't have time to set up weeklies like separately. Like some people do weeklies, you know, like in live streams, that kind of stuff. I sit down and I do this video usually in about a day. And everything is designed out. And that's what we're going to do because I don't really have time to come back and do more videos because I already make 2 other videos a week. So I have to be, you know, conscious of my time and where I can spend it. So I like to do my weeklies the exact same. So I'm going to cut the top off of 4 weeks because the first is going to fall in January because it's already there. So we start the month on a Sunday, I believe. I mean, technically the month starts on a Saturday, but that Saturday is going to be in January, not in February. So it's just kind of just how it lays out, right? And then I am going to cut just these little pieces here to remove them very, very carefully. Do not cut the binding of your journal because then it'll come apart, because you can see right here I'm in the middle of a signature, and so I had to be really careful not to accidentally cut anything. But this is how I section off my weekly. So now I'm going to have technically it's 6 boxes, and then I just cut the first box in half. So I cut about 10 dot grids across, and then I sectioned the page into thirds. And then that's where I'm going to kind of create, because for me, my husband takes Sunday, Mondays off. Those are his days off in the week. So I keep Sunday and Monday together because I work every other day of the week. Like I take the same days off as he does. Sometimes I work every day. It just depends on what I'm working on. But because of that, this way my weekend is still technically together because I would have Sunday and Monday here. And then Saturday's like the last day of the week for how I lay my week out. But of course, like I said, you could do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then have our Saturday and Sunday together on the other end of the page. So easily can be adapted to whatever weekly structure you need your weeks to fall into. This is just how it makes the most sense for me personally, just based on my lifestyle and the fact that I am now full-time working for myself. This is my year to prove that I can do it. So yeah, if you want to support my journey, please watch my videos, like them, comment on them, share them if you think someone else would benefit from that knowledge. You could become a member if you want to. There's some perks to membership as well. There's just a whole bunch of things. I'm going to open the shop. I'm working on Patreon. I'm working on digitals. So there's going to be loads of stuff coming this year. I'm incredibly excited. But I don't want you to feel like you have to do any of the things. You can just watch the videos, and that's also supporting my channel. So, do what you're able to do within, your lifestyle. So just keep that in mind, please. So then of course I'm going to go in with you can see here the 2 different fonts. So on one I have a really classic serif font. That's the one I'm using right now. And then on the other one I have a beautiful scripty font. So that's what I'm using. I'm using the classic font for these days of the week circles. So it's just the dates. And then I'm going to use my scripty font for the actual day of the week, just because I think they're really pretty and they're really fun. And I'm having such a blast making these. If you have any ideas or thoughts on any of my sticker sheets or anything like that, let me know. I'm completely open to ideas. I mean, these ones are pretty much designed already, so they are difficult to change at this stage, though I am cutting my own stickers, so there is that as well. But yeah, I've been having a blast with these. So these, you can see these are the large sticker sheets, and then you guys saw the mini sheets earlier. You're not going to see the tiny sheets in this video, but they exist and they are adorable. And then you can see that this is the ombre sheet, right? So because February only has 4 weeks technically, because the first is still sitting in January, I chose to use the 4 darker shades of green instead of the lightest shades. So that you can see that's why there's still 1 week. I try to do my sheets to have 5 weeks on them because I want one sheet to at least do your full month. So if you had a theme, you wanted ombre purple for a month, say, you have 5 shades of purple to work with. So you can do your whole month with one sticker sheet and have it be really cohesive. Just because, again, like I said, I love cohesive things. So this, keep in mind, is very much for me. Currently, the only sticker sheet I'm doing in a single color of the days of the week is black and white. So I have a full-on sheet of this that's completely black, and then I have a full-on sheet of this that's printed black and then has white days of the week. So those are the only solid colors of the days of the week. I'm sure down the road that will change, although I have fun ideas for other ombres. I'm working on a hydrangea ombre that goes between purples and blues. I have one that I called Sunshine, and it's between oranges and yellows, so I don't think the ombre ones are going to stop anytime soon. I'm going to be honest. But you can buy the mini sheets, and those are in a solid color. And so far, those are the lightest color of the ombre because I want to be able to do bundles as well. So you could buy, say you wanted a large sheet and a mini sheet and the tiny sheet and whatever. You can bundle it together so you get a deal, right? So none of this is, finished yet. I'm still working out all of the details because I have to finish January before I can even start working on my idea for the shop. But in my downtime, so far I have been really working on designing the sticker sheets. So I jump between the January madness and then the February shop launch stuff. So it's just been a crazy month trying to work between all the things, but it's been really enjoyable. So it's kind of a fun way to work on it. And then this is kind of my last bit of decoration. This is why I cut the top off the pages, was because I wanted to be able to have some really pretty decoration on the top that you could enjoy no matter what day of the week you were looking at. And then you don't have to add decoration on every page. You can just kind of enjoy it, across the top of the panel. So I thought that was pretty fun. So after filling in my, days of the week and the number, I added some little strips left over of that pattern paper I had from the beginning of the layout. And then I brought in just these little lanterns that I had fussy cut out of the cut aparts that I thought were beautiful. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, again, as I said, my journaling videos tend to be a bit long, so hopefully you guys are still hanging out with me and you enjoy all this crazy information that I'm sharing with you. But yeah, so that's kind of the majority of this whole layout. You're going to see me kind of do a flip through here in a second on everything that I've worked on throughout this layout, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah, so we're just going to add some strings to the layout so that the lanterns don't look like they're just floating there. And I just free drew these. I just, drew little lines going up, kind of denoting that the lanterns are hanging. And I thought that was enough. I was trying to just enjoy some of that pattern paper because it is stunning. But of course, I had to add some sparkles because I am in love with them. I want to add sparkles to everything. And then I have them in different colors. You guys don't even know. There's so much obsession with these sparkles. They're so fun to add to everything. I don't know. Maybe I need help with sparkles. But here is the full flip through of how February turned out, and I cannot wait to start using it. I love it. Tell me if you think it reads Christmas at all with the red and green, but I honestly don't think that it does. I think that it just reads romantic. It just kind of reads, beautiful, elegant. I love it. I'm so excited to use this month, but of course, I want to hear what you guys think because that is important to me. So let me know your thoughts if you have any. I hope you'll leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. And like I said, tomorrow is live stream day. So I hope that you will join me and come and just chat and visit. So that's everything I have for you guys today. If you made it all the way through to the end, leave me a heart emoji of some kind, and I look forward to your guys' comments. Thank you so much, and I will see you again tomorrow for the live stream. Bye-bye for now.